Holding your man down and homewrecker besties.
On this episode of Simply Necessary Conversations.
So for anyone that's in the rap scene or the R&B scene, you probably have heard of Mariah the Scientist and Young Thug. They're two of the most successful musicians right now in terms of that genre of music. And Young Thug currently is on trial. I'm not going to get into the whole legalities of the situation and all of what he's going through, but a lot of people are saying that Mariah the Scientist, who is his current girlfriend, is stupid for sticking by him and being by his side during the trial. So as a trending topic and like using them as a jumping off point, is that dumb to stick beside your man if he is facing time?
Well, from what you have shared with me, she is sticking by a man that she has not really known that long.
I don't know exactly how long they've been dating, but I saw an interview the other day and I think they might have dated for like a year and then all of this started going down. So they haven't been together for years. Like this isn't a 20-year, 10-year relationship. Like this is a fairly new relationship considering the circumstances.
And what is he on trial for?
He's on trial for like gang involvement. Apparently he's allegedly.
Allegedly.
The prosecutors are saying that he started a gang and like had people killed and like this is a serious trial. This isn't like low level misdemeanor. No, this is like he going to prison if he gets convicted.
I don't know. Well, I'm currently teaching Romeo and Juliet, and they only knew each other for 7 days. A lot of people don't realize that the love story that has been the love story of all times, they only knew each other 7 days and ended up, falling in love. And he wasn't even in love with her at the beginning of the play. A lot of people don't know that either.
Wait, what?
No, he was actually in love with her cousin.
Oh, wait, I think I remember
At the beginning of the play, saw her and decided, no, he's in love with her. 7 days. So I say that to say some people fall in love quickly. She may be in love. It is not for me to judge her love. If she's a young girl, young person.
I think she's like maybe a couple years old.
She has a lot of life to live and having to sit and wait for somebody to get out of prison, if he gets out of prison or, hoping that he doesn't go to prison. She may be setting herself up for heartbreak is all I can say.
And two, I think in the trial, like he's a rapper, so he talks about his life and his music. And I think the judge recently ruled that his lyrics can be used against him in court.
Okay, I heard them talking about that.
So, and I know a lot of his songs and like.
Well, just an aside, I don't think his lyrics should be able to be used against him.
I disagree. I think so.
But how? I mean, Ice-T sung about cop killer. He made the song Cop Killer. He wasn't a cop killer like you. That is in theory.
But he didn't go out and kill a cop. He wasn't in the vicinity of someone that killed a cop where he could be accused of killing a cop.
As a person that is a creative writer, as a person that is an advocate for freedom of speech, even if I don't agree with the speech, that's kind of touchy.
I mean, it is touchy because they're like Tyler, the Creator, amazing musician. He talks about some wild crap in his songs a lot.
Right.
So, like, are they going to put him on trial for like the stuff that he talks about? Because
and that's what I'm saying. So, like, you can't hold unless he has some history or now if he in a song accounts a crime.
But he did.
Well, I'm saying if he accounts, gives an account of a crime in a song. And there's evidence that crime has been committed to the letter of what was in the song. That's kind of one thing.
I think that's kind of the situation.
His lyrics in general. Now, and that takes me back to your original question. If he's that dumb, girl, don't wait on him because he's stupid.
A lot of rappers will put the stuff that they actually did in real life in their music because previously that hasn't been able to be used against them. But now, at least in the state, I think this might be going down in Atlanta or somewhere. I think wherever he is,
no, you can't. You can't sing about it and actually do it and not think that. I still kind of stand on. I don't think that an attorney or a prosecutor should be able to use music lyrics against somebody. But if you're dumb enough to, lay out the crime in a song, if he's that dumb, maybe she should not be waiting on him. But that's her business. I'm not going.
And it's not like he went to jail doing anything like noble, like he stole to take care of his family, or like someone was trying to kill him and he like killed them. Like no, he went to jail for allegedly starting a gang.
Let me put out a disclaimer: we are not advocating crime. We are not advocating violence at any point ever. But there is that movie, A Time to Kill. There's some things that if somebody does to protect their child, to, in self-defense, you got a child that needs to be fed, you don't have money, and you steal food to feed them. There are some things that you are willing to even in civilized society, like give somebody a pass on. But just crime for no reason, crimes for kicks and giggles, nah.
That's why I'm like, I don't get why she's sticking beside him. And then like she'll do performances and she'll be like, free my man. Is your man guilty?
People can get mad at me, and you know, I love you with all my heart and soul. But if you do the crime, you gonna do the time.
That's what I'm saying.
I might make sure you got some money in your account so that you got some snacks and stuff. But if you do the crime,
I'm not going to prison, y'all. So I don't need the snacks.
I'm just saying. I'm not even gonna ride for you if I know you're guilty. You did something because
Because why? Those are choices. What are you committing a crime for? Because at the point that you're putting your crime in the music that you're producing that's making millions and millions of dollars, you don't need to do the crime no more. Like, we're not talking about, you're trying to make it out the hood. No, you're just stupid.
And then gang life, period, where you got, I'm assuming, young men, young women doing, criminal acts just for the thrill of it. That's not cute.
There's a difference between
that's not cute.
Having to do what you have to do to survive and just like being stupid.
Yeah, and at the point, like you said, at the point that he had money and he had a means of supporting himself that did not require him to commit crimes, you should have left that alone. Like leave that alone. So I'm gonna say, based on the limited information I have, girl.
And stop saying free your man on stage. Just sing your little song and let me listen to the album in peace.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to hate on anybody's love, but like if she's a young girl, she has a lot of life to live.
Exactly.
And if he really cares, and then that's the other thing, if he really cares about her, he won't want her sitting around waiting on him.
Because, as a man, do you want your woman to pull up in a courtroom and have to watch you be on trial? Like, it's kind of insane. And I haven't been actively watching the trial. They are streaming it online, I think, and people have been, like, watching it and giving their thoughts or whatever. I don't have time for that. I have to watch enough of that when I'm, like, actively working, but I just don't see why you would want your girlfriend to have to be there.
No, well, we are not inside of their relationship or their situation, so she knows why she's doing it. He knows why he's doing it.
And can they really be in a relationship when he's in jail? Like, what are y'all doing?
Well, some people.
I think some people like the fact that they can be with someone that's slightly unattainable. Because it's like where he is.
Yeah, she will know where he is.
Like he's not cheating because he in jail.
Well, we don't know he's not cheating just because he's in jail.
Well, he's not cheating in a way that she probably would feel threatened by.
Well, that's even worse to me. Like if he's cheating while he's in jail, that's a bigger reason to end the relationship.
Have a sneaky link with the guard because sometimes they be doing that based on my orange is the new black watching.
Yeah, they do that. Well, anyway, girl, live your life.
Just
live your life.
Keep making music. And her music is good. Keep making music.
Yeah, find you an incarcerated man. That's what I'm trying to say. Find you somebody that's walking around free that can add to your life instead of somebody that you're going to have to send money.
Speaking of adding to one's life, let me put y'all on to my latest favorite discovery. Because y'all know I like to eat. I feel like that's very obvious throughout the podcast, throughout my social media. If you talk to any one of my friends, they know I love to eat.
Mm-hmm. You see the pictures.
Yeah, I love food. So lately, I have discovered Korean food, which I love trying all the different ethnic cuisines. Like I love Indian food, I like Caribbean food. I haven't tried African food yet. That's next on my list. But Korean food is so good, and specifically in Tampa, where we're kind of based, there's a lot of Korean places. So if you want to give it a try, there's Seoul, Korea, which is near USF. And then there's, I forget the name of it, Lottie's World. It's like a new Korean food mart that's all, it's not in the USF area, but it's 15 minutes away. So give Korean food. Did you enjoy the Korean food when I forced you to eat it?
You didn't have to force me to eat it.
Okay, period.
I needed to know what was it like. I needed to know what was in it, what were the ingredients. But yeah, it was good.
And I realized I like kimchi, which I always thought I hated.
You know what? I had tried kimchi before. I didn't like it. Maybe it was because it was supermarket kimchi, whatever. But that kimchi was actually decent. It added to the food.
And I feel like you get big portions with Korean food.
It
costs kind of a lot in a certain type of way, but also not really. Like what I ordered when I went last night, LOL, was $20, and it was chicken and rice and entrees. And you got a lot. I was able to take some home. So
And don't sleep on the Korean bakery.
The food
I don't know what they put in their baked goods to make them so light, but it's
it was air.
It's so fluffy. Everything was so. I don't know. I hope whatever it is not unhealthy because yeah, they can get my money. It was really good.
And I like going in like the ethnic food markets and like seeing like what's just in their supermarkets and their produce and like the seafood and the meat section, whatever. Like what can you get there that you can't necessarily get at like Publix or Walmart?
And seeing their takes on things like chips, like they have flavors and stuff that you can't find at a local market or at Publix or whatever and stuff. You know, more ethnic flavors.
Whenever I make it out of the U.S., I want to try like fast food. That's not U.S. fast food because it's completely different, especially in Asian countries. Like their McDonald's is not our McDonald's. It's completely different. So it'll be interesting if I ever get the chance to do that. But what had happened was, so I saw this trending on Twitter and TikTok. I actually saw it on TikTok, had to go to Twitter to get the backstory and then go back to TikTok to get the analysis.
So investigative reporting?
Pretty much, yes. But like in my free time in my bed because I didn't have nothing else to do but mind other people's business. So I saw basically this girl, so we'll say girl A. Okay. Girl A makes this video and she basically says that she had to ghost her long-term friend who was also her roommate because she felt like that girl was trying to get with her or initially crush and then boyfriend. So she describes how the first red flag that she noticed was that girl B was like, you know, I guess friendly with the guy that she had said, like kind of claimed when they went out and was like, oh, I kind of like this guy. So girl A gets the guy's information. Girl B also gets the guy's information. And girl B adds the man to her close friends. So girl A was like I said, I like this dude and you were like trying to help me get with him and now he's on your close friends. Like that's kind of weird, but whatever. So then the next red flag was at one point she's over or the guy's over at their apartment. The girl B gets cold. Or no, I'm lying. Girl A and girl B were at the guy's apartment.
Why were they both at his apartment?
That didn't make sense to me either because there would be a snowball chance in hell that girl B would be at my man's apartment, but whatever.
But anyway.
So they were all at his apartment. The other girl that's not the girlfriend got cold. The boyfriend lends his female friend, I guess at this point, his hoodie. And she then proceeds to keep the hoodie for an extended period of time, take a picture in the hoodie, post the picture in the hoodie, and like that to me was weird. So then the last straw, where the girl was like, okay, no, we're not friends no more. We are nothing, was the dude mounted a TV for the girl B because they all live, they don't all live together, but the girl lives with the girlfriend. So like he was already over there.
Yeah.
He mounts the TV. Then the girl decides, well, I want to show my gratitude and appreciation for him. So I want to go to this bakery after I get off work, get him the special sandwich that he likes. And I want to voluntarily wake up early to hand give him the sandwich. And girl A was like, no. So she ended up getting the sandwich from the girl. Long story short, they're not friends anymore. The other girl responds and is basically like, oh, well, I add everyone to my close friends. The hoodie was cute, so that's why I kept it. And of course, I want to give him the sandwich that I specifically picked up for him to show my gratitude because I'm just a kind, nice person. The end.
And that's exactly what it would be. The end. The end of the friendship and possibly the end of her. Like, no, girl, you trying it.
It didn't make sense to me because girls know what girls do when they like a guy.
Wearing a guy's clothing, an item of clothing, anything is absolutely flirting in a certain kind of way. That's, whatever. And I mean, you could do that with a friend, but generally wearing a guy's clothes or anything that belongs to him is a way of saying that, that's a closeness.
Yeah.
First, if I had been there when she got cold, that sister would have been wrapped up in a towel. She would have been wrapped up in a blanket. You're not wearing my man's jacket, no ma'am.
If she got cold and was asking for the hoodie, oh, well, then it's time for you to go home, baby.
No, if you're cold, then she would have been wrapped up in something other than his. Because see, what would have happened with me is, even if I would have allowed her to put it on, as soon as we got back to the apartment, give me my man's jacket.
She's not stepping foot out of his house with the hoodie on.
No, I would have. I mean, depending on the weather, I don't know the situation, but
she don't have a phone like I do that can check the weather.
As she could disrobe, Let's get to disrobing. Because no, ma'am.
I feel like low-key the girlfriend was kind of a pushover because I would have nipped that in the bud so fast.
And let's not give the boyfriend a pass. You ain't that dumb.
No, because why did you voluntarily mount her TV and why did you offer the hoodie? That's doing a lot.
She unfriended the friend. She better keep an eye on him.
And what's kind of crazy is the boyfriend was fine. I saw the boyfriend.
She better keep an eye on him. And even if he doesn't like girl B,
he likes the attention.
He likes the attention. And that's a problem for me. Because I'm going to stand on this business. If a man really cares about you, he is going to do everything in his power to make sure that you are never uncomfortable with him and how he's interacting with somebody else. I'm going to stand on that.
I don't like the concept of this trio. Like, why? I get that you're roommates, and I get that you both met him at the same time. But I don't like when, like, people try to inject themselves into my situation, my romantic situation.
There's a couple of things that you don't share. Men's money and food. You don't share it, okay?
Because at this point, it's giving throuple. Because why are you always around? Like, even if you're my roommate, my man comes over, go in your room. Like, what are you doing?
Relationships, you should count to 2. When you get past 2, too many people are involved.
And I still want the backstory as to why were they all at his house together?
I mean, it could be that the 2 girls were doing something and just swung by, whatever. No, I mean, that could happen if they were still friends at that time.
Call me possessive, crazy, insane, but I will go take you home. And then I'm going to my man's house.
But see, again, she should not have to, like, none of it should have been necessary. He should not have fed into girl B's attention. Like, I feel like him doing that.
Before y'all come for us, we're assuming we don't know situations.
Yeah, we don't know the whole backstory, but I'm just going to stand on relationships. You count to 2. Certain things you don't share. And if you start getting all touchy-feely friendly with my man, I'm going to have to let you know. Back up.
And I don't like, and people were saying that the girl was immature for, like, breaking off the friendship. But I feel like I don't like people that aren't self-aware.
Yeah.
If you can't read the signals of me being like, okay, you pushing it. Like, come on now. Let's be so for real.
Yeah.
If you can't read my signals, then we don't need to be friends anyway. Because you're going to continue to irritate me. And then I'm going to have pent-up animosity and be irritated with you. And it's just going to end poorly.
And we need to get past this whole thing of people being peer pressured into accepting behaviors that make them uncomfortable. Yeah. Like, you cannot tell me how to feel. You can't tell me when my feelings are hurt. You can't tell me when, when I'm like, stop trying to tell people, unless it overlaps into your life, let my feelings be my feelings. If you would be okay with that, then you do that in your relationship. Yeah. But if she doesn't like that, then she doesn't like that. And she should have communicated that to her boyfriend. And if she did communicate it to him and he didn't put the kibosh on it, I say, thank you, next.
Yeah. And what was interesting to me, too, is that the reactions on Twitter and TikTok were completely different. On Twitter, I guess because there's a lot of millennials, they were kind of gaslighting the girl into being like, oh, you're just being insecure. Like, that girl probably didn't want anything to do with your man. Blah, blah, blah. But on TikTok, Gen Z was like, oh, no. Like, she obviously was trying to flirt with him. And, like, why are y'all coming for her?
Yeah. So, I mean, and even if it was completely innocent, she needs to learn boundaries. Like, somebody has to educate her. Because if she does that with the wrong person, it could end badly for her. Like, somebody could end up,
I mean, if she would have done that to me, girl.
Yeah. So, he should have recognized what was going on.
I stand by the fact that, and I use this in my own life. The greatest thing to do when somebody is continuously pissing you off or crossing boundaries is to stop putting them in your business. Mm-hmm. Just cut information cold turkey. Like, if you don't know how to act, no problem. Like, no, don't sweat it. You're just not gonna be involved in my situation anymore because you don't know how to conduct yourself.
That's when they become who?
An adult.
Who?
No, literally.
Like who? Because I will throw somebody in the trash can of my memories in a minute. Like slow singing, flower bringing, dead to me. I'm done.
Well, speaking of slow singing and flower bringing, Young Miami, aka Carisha, aka one half of the City Girls, she I really don't know who this other girl is. Ari Fletcher, she's like a celebrity in some right. I don't know what she does. I think she's like Instagram famous or whatever, but they're friends. And apparently Carisha, or Young Miami, texted Ari and said, so what you gonna do, barbecue or mildew? And people did not know what that meant because it's a very Black Florida phrase.
And she said it backwards.
But that brings up, Ask a Gemini. what phrases do you/we say that a lot of people probably would not be able to understand or just wouldn't know?
I don't see, and I never know when I say stuff. I didn't know a lot of times when I would say stuff that people hadn't heard.
Yeah.
The things that I say, because like, in our family, we're very colorful. We say a lot of crazy stuff.
And I'm very country, as I've been told by all of my friends.
So I would be at work and I would say stuff. I cracked up a whole room full of people, and I wasn't trying to be funny when I said about my students. I was like, you give them a rope, they all want to be cowboys. They thought that was hilarious. And I'm like, I've grown up hearing that all my life. Like, they were like, I have never heard that before in my life. Okay, but we have a lot of slang that we use in the family.
We do, and it just like slips out, and my friends will be like, "What?
Yeah,
what are you talking?" Especially like my non-black friends will be very, very, very confused. Like, what did explain? I forget. I said something to my friend the other day, and he literally had to ask me for a definition.
Yeah.
But it's just like the countriness.
It just comes out. Like, there's a lot of them though, and my father is notorious for saying stuff. He kept us cracking up when we were growing up, saying crazy stuff. So it's just a part of the fact. I mean,
I think it kind of goes in because a lot of things that start out in AAVE, which that's not the intellectual, the scholarly way of saying Ebonics, but African American Vernacular English. Mm-hmm. It gets into pop culture a lot, like standing on business.
I was gonna say because everybody's standing on
business now.
Yeah,
like that's such a black thing to say. That's something that a black person would just say off the whatever. And now people are like, oh, Gen Z lingo. It's like, no, baby.
And it seems like it spreads like wildfire
because of social media.
And I'm
now.
always and that's what happens.
Yeah.
Like, it used to be that it would be a colloquialism, which I've taught to my students, colloquialisms. Like, it'll start that way. But now with social media, it doesn't take but 5 minutes if the right celebrity or what do you call them? Influencer says something, then overnight it becomes just standard lingo. So but people are always laughing at the stuff that we say, and it's like, I thought everybody's. I
say it on the podcast probably every episode. You don't stand a snowball's chance in hell. Like, I feel like people will have to think about it.
I don't even know if that one is specific to Black people.
I've never heard a white person say that in my life.
I think I have.
I don't think I've heard anybody other than us say that in my life.
No, I think that one is fairly common. I don't know. I mean,
okay, now I'm going to have to do a poll later. Do y'all know what a snowball chance in hell means, or have y'all ever used it before?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's self-explanatory.
Yeah. I mean, stuff like...
Or my favorite, which my friends had never heard before, is people in hell want ice water.
I don't know why. I mean,
they had never heard that before.
Well, I don't know who.
They were like, what?
Who raised them? Who raised them that they don't know stuff like that?
Non-black people.
Oh, okay. Because, it's grits, just as sure as grits is groceries and eggs is poultry.
But this is also country, too, because even my friends that aren't, country like me will be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, but Southerners in general just are very colorful and have a fantastic... I love Southerners and the crazy stuff that we say and do and the way that we say stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got because when the comedian Jeff Foxworthy had you might be a redneck if he had a whole bunch of redneck-isms, if you might be red. And then the Wayans brothers were like, well, a lot of those sound like people that are ghetto. So then they started doing the you might be ghetto if whole thing.
Yeah. Because
there's an intersection of Southern and the black culture, and then Southern black culture is even more specific. Like, it's just, I love language, and I love when people come up with metaphors and similes.
And there's I didn't realize until I got to college, really, how much different regions of Florida have, especially within the black community, have different ways of speaking. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like jit, everybody knows what jit means, I feel like.
Yeah.
And then a lot of times, too, music will help, progress stuff or whatever. Yeah. People listening to Kodak might understand Broward lingo because he's from Broward and he puts it in his songs.
Yeah.
So it's quite interesting the way that language can change.
Well, there's a lot of books out there. People have studied, because I gave I would explain to my students the whole black slang, and I was trying to explain to them, it's like, okay, when something is to the extreme, the vowel changes. So where someone that is speaking standard English might say something stinks, black people are going to say it stank. Like, that I to an A. Like, there's actually rules to Ebonics. It's, never been written down.
Oh, yeah.
But there are rules that's why somebody would not be Miss Thing. She is Miss Thang. Like, yeah. So, like, the I changes to an A. There are rules to it. You just kind of have to. Even you just grow. It's almost like nobody sits down and teaches you every word in English. You just learn it.
It's because I learned in Caribbean anthropology that, like, there's the Creolization of language, which you can specifically be talking about Creole, but you can also talk about other languages in the Caribbean. You can talk about, like, other things. But basically, it's like our own way of, like, Creolizing language. I mean, and then it can date back to slavery.
I mean, and it happens in other cultures. I tease my students about speaking Spanglish because there'll be English, and then you'll hear a Spanish word thrown in there, or there'll be Spanish, and then you'll hear something in English. So every culture does it. I just think that Southerners and Black people specifically are just very good at it and very colorful.
Or even, like, eating something up. Like, I don't know where that started initially.
You know where I first heard it, and you're gonna remember this, when Puffy and DJ Khaled and all of them had that show.
Diddy?
Yeah.
Who says
whatever.
Puffy?
I grew. He's changed names.
And now he's technically Love, but
whatever.
Diddy.
You know who I'm talking about. When they had that show, the singing show, the competition singing show, and they would always say eat when the person
the eating something up was before that.
And that's the first place I heard it.
But they didn't create that.
That's where I heard it.
They definitely didn't create. That was already a thing. But, like, now it's like, and it's just funny when, especially with social media, and, like, you can just see the progression. Because first it was like, oh, she ate that fit up. Now, if you want to, like, make it more, you'd be like, oh, she ate, or oh, she devoured, or no crumbs. Like, how did we get from eating something up to, oh, you left no crumbs?
It evolves.
Like, it's crazy how it just continues to go on and on and on forever. Because now I'm like, by the time I have kids, my slang is going to be like completely different.
And you have to think language always evolves, because the kids doing Romeo and Juliet and Julius Caesar with me right now. And I explained to them, I was like, y'all do realize that was the way everybody talked then. Like, this was not a special group of people. That was the way they talked. I said, so flash forward 1,000 years, 100 years from now, people are going to be reading the stuff that y'all wrote and think this is the weirdest thing.
But I think what's going to be interesting is when, like, let's just say we fast forward 100 years, is that I feel like people now, everyone talks different. Like, back in the day, I feel like everyone, like, if you spoke English, you spoke English. If you spoke Spanish, you spoke Spanish. But now I feel like there's so many variations in accents and even, like, texting styles are different. Like, some people might say you, Y-O-U. Some people might say you as just you. Like,
I hate that.
If you think about it, like, in the future, how are they going to be, like, it's going to look like hieroglyphics.
People are going to look at the language and be so confused. But that's always been the case anyway. Like, that's always from, cross cultures, because you get in a car, you get
on a boat,
you get on a plane. Like, you park on a driveway and drive on a parkway. Like, the English language is real interesting.
That's true.
Yeah.
But on to Gemini Gems.
Yeah. Well, look, 'tis the season. We are officially into December, which means we're officially in Christmas season. Halloween, Thanksgiving, finally a wrap. So my Gemini gem is specific to the season, but it doesn't have to be. So I'm not a plant person, but I have grown up knowing a lot of plant people. The weather has been up and down, but eventually we will get cold and stay cold consistently. So you can this is going to be a double solution. When you put up your Christmas lights, make sure that you wrap all your plants really well. And when we have those hard freezes and you're worried about your special plants possibly being killed by the cold weather, the Christmas lights will provide them some warmth and keep them from freezing. So, like, put your Christmas lights out strategically. Make sure all your favorite shrubs and plants have them on them. And then on those extra cold nights, make sure the lights are on. Even once Christmas is over, leave them out. Turn the lights on. Keep them from freezing.
And I'm not a plant girly, so mine will be artificial. But if you're party planning or you just want to, like, 'tis the season to be jolly and all that mess, I noticed that Five Below has a lot of decorations and, like, the fake little trees. Target also has, like, the colorful, like, little trees. And I think they were only $12 when I looked. I still have to buy one. But also, Five Below has a lot of party games, which I did not know until I went in there the other day. So if you're planning a holiday party, you can, like, play murder mystery games and, like, these fun little games. And they're very cheap because they're from Five Below. So.
Yeah.
Get in the season, do your little holiday parties and ugly Christmas sweater parties and all that.
It's that time of year.
And with that being said, Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Period.